Bring me that cold bottle of water on the counter. Thank you. It was right beside. I'm sorry, baby. I be bothering you for no reason. What's up, bruh? Happy as shit. Happy as shit to play you, bruh. Ah, shit. That's the best.
Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. This is the type of
Yeah.
early season game.
Man, not talking on the mic, but when some fuck shit happen, he gonna pop on his
It's
stuff.
the Oregon Ducks and the
Oh
Alabama
man, this should
Crimson
be
Tide.
crazy.
Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. He told me they understand every ranked matchup becomes a measuring stick when you're carrying a top 10 ranking. They got off to a strong start last week, 1-0 on the season, but that doesn't matter. He said, we will be good if we execute each and every game. Keeps talking to the players in the locker room about the sky is the limit for this team, but it will take one game at a time, and he thinks this is the team that can do it. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely.
All right, have a good game, bro. Get out of here.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now, Iamaleava. He's going to take a shot right away. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Touchdown, Ducks! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And they talked about his speed all week, but it's one thing to talk about. It's another thing to see it. You see that young man out wide, man. He can fly, and he runs right by the defense. They take a shot early, Palmer. They find the speedster, and he finds the end zone.
And I think the defensive coordinator right now is just kicking himself because you're right. I mean, they watched film all week long. You've seen this guy torch defenses. You cannot play coverages that allow this guy to take the top off and get behind your back line. That right there is just a big mistake defensively, a bad call. And kudos to the offense for finding the matchup and making them pay.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Dropping back, it's Washington. Stepping to the right. Going to try to get it himself. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Well, for this defense now, being good against the pass is not just going to be in the back end covering people. It's going to be trying to contain this guy at the quarterback position. He is lethal, especially when things go off script. And you saw it on that one. First down, they dial up the pass play, but you're not able to get him on the ground. And now they've gotten another first down.
He'll try the left side. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Tells the run, wants to pass. Left side is Ford. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Man, what a start for this offense. That's what you kind of want, man. You want to get in a rhythm. You want to get in the flow. Now, you don't expect 3 plays and 3 first downs, but they'll absolutely take it. But coming out the gates with energy, with passion, executing at a really high level.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. quick handoff. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
And he's knocked down. They'll mark it at the 15. It's a first down in the red zone.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Going to the run, it's Hill. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just feeds the running back. All over him immediately.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Hits inside, it's Hill. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4.
This offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Extra point here will tie the game. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. Bringing it back. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Duck offense to get the drive started. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Open space at the 25. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Throwing, Imaliava. Out wide left, it's Johnson. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Right side, it's Bear. Runs through a tackle. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. The 20. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. A first down run on the doorstep. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. They'll move the tight end. Finds his man. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back in motion. Try to clear the picture. Pulled and fired complete. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move
You might
the
have took this
chains,
bitch
and let's see
every
if they can
single
snap
down.
it
This
one more
shit
time
is
here in
fire,
the
bro.
first. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Left side is Edwards. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead, but how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these two top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. To the air, it's Washington. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Catches it cleanly at the 20. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Out of the gun to give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. He's going to run it. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get us first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Iamaleava swings it out to his running back. It's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Deafening noise. Here's Iamaleava. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The kick is on its way. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run him again. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. To the air, it's Washington. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, they're trying to hit the slant, right? That's a bang-bang type play. It's got to happen fast. Good throw. Receiver just couldn't come up with the catch.
They kick it away on 4th down. Trying to get started. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Throwing, Iamaleava. Turns it upfield. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Ducks want to move quickly. Using his feet. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Moves the pocket. It's Iamaleava. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
Motion from the wide receiver. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Out wide left, it's Bear. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. And the Ducks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the 2nd ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Now Iamaleava. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Ducks will try to pick it up on 4th down. Iamaleava to throw for it on fourth. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
To throw, it's Washington. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fresh center downs going to the air. Gonna take a shot. It's complete. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense does the work itself with a pick six. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We start with a look at UCLA taking on the number 11 team, the Arizona Wildcats. And it's the Bruins coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours. Let's now check in on some top 25 battles today, as the landscape in this sport is truly ever-changing.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running inside. It's Hill. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Moving the pocket, it's Washington. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Before they snap it on 4th down, we have a timeout call. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Off-play action. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. In a sudden change situation, let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. There he goes. Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Iamaleava. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the right. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Throws it off the RPO. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! He got a step and just dusted the field. On to attempt the try.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Tide ready to roll on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out in the spot.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. On the draw, it's Riley. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And after
Bro, you can't feel good playing like this, bro. Ain't no way, bro. This is too scary, bro. This ain't your game, bro.
This drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half, and starting off the second.
He's going to fire deep. They tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Here comes that Alabama offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Fires to the big fella. Discards him with the stiff arm. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's another mistake for this young man. It's one thing to have one or two and miss a throw here or there, but he continues to put the ball in harm's way, continues to give it to the other team, and set his defense up in a bad position. That's 6 picks in 2 games.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. The Ducks in the hurry up. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Throwing, Iamaleava. Escapes the pressure going right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Still third down, but more ground to cover after the flag. They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Fourth down, Iamaleava. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Working the middle. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. On the direct snap, it's Moore. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
And he swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Gets the back moving. Sets his feet, it's Washington. Unloads it left. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Making the adjustment. Got to make the play on 4th. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. Here's the Iamaleava to throw. Left side, it's Johnson. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. Out Out wide right, it's Johnson. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Tight end now in motion. Play fake, Iamaleava. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. On play action. Out wide left, it's Johnson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Another catch by the big fella. And hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
Buying time to his right. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here.
On the run. Switch it. Go!
Iamaleava to throw for it on 4th. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop you. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
And after the loss on that last one, an all-important 2nd down play from the 12.
Black 18.
Changing the routes with his receivers. They've got him corralled.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Sells to fake. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the 1st down.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Keeps it, looking for room. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Back to throw, it's Washington. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Defense made that job a little easier after the encroachment. It's 1st and 5. Iamaleava. Oh, pressure's coming. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Right down the gut of the field. Inside the 10. The pick six. He kicks it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Throwing, Iamaleava. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. Back to pass. It's Iamaleava. And as he throws, gets rid of it.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Fires quickly. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. After this play, the cake will be baked. Fourth down, Iamaleava. Fires one high and deep. And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has hit 0. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.